Hi, my name is April Connolly, and I'm a curriculum specialist with Encompassing Education. I'm here today to talk to you about 10 simple things that every early reading teacher needs. So, if you've ever asked yourself, what manipulatives do I need for reading? Or, what can I quickly pick up that's not really expensive that I can use for strong instruction? This is the learning for you. I'm going to link my blog in the comments. So if you want additional information, that's a great place to start. Here we go. Number one, magnetic letters. You need magnetic letters and you need enough magnetic letters for all the students you're going to be working with. So for example, if you work with students in small groups of 4 to 6, you need enough magnetic letters so that each student in the group can have some letters to manipulate. I always used cookie sheets to keep those organized. So I just kept 6 to 8 cookie sheets with all the letters of the alphabet on them, and students would um, be able to pull those letters down and build words and then quickly restore them for storage. So number one, magnetic letters. Number two, dry erase boards. You want dry erase boards that students are used to using. You want them to know the process and the procedure so that they're learning tools and not toys. But dry erase boards are great for quick writes, writing words, sentence dictation. If they're magnetic, you can also put magnetic letters on those and build words. So having a set of dry erase boards, critical. Number three, you want some small tokens or chips. And these are good for a couple of things. One, they're great for game pieces, so they're handy to just have around. But more importantly, they work really well for phonemic awareness. So you can give students those place markers, chips, tokens, whatever you want to call them, and they push one for each sound in a word. So for example, if you were pushing the sounds in mop, you would give the students 3 chips and they would push each chip. Number 4, you want an alphabet chart. Some kind of alphabet chart, and probably a version that's at an individual level so that you can use it very easily in small groups. If your school or district has an adopted alphabet chart, you definitely want to use the one that's used across the grade levels. If they don't, really look for an alphabet chart that shows the letter and a picture that represents the most common sound for that letter, and that it doesn't have any pictures on it that are confusing, that students might not be sure what it is or call it something different. And so then that would confuse the sounds. Number 5, and my favorite, is smack dab in the middle, and that is Elkonin sound boxes. Make sure you have Elkonin sound boxes available and that your students are used to using them on a regular basis. They're great for pushing sounds into words. Remember, they're sound boxes, not letter boxes. So a word like shop would have 3 sounds with 2 letters in one box. I like to put those Elkonin sound boxes in plastic sleeves so students can write on the sound boxes and write words in the sound boxes and then erase those quickly. You can also use your magnetic letters in sound boxes, all really good practice. Number 6, you want a good set of picture cards. And if you go around your school, you might find an old set sitting around that no one's using anymore. I encourage that first before you go out and purchase a set, but have a solid set of picture cards. And you can use these for so many things. You can use them for beginning, middle, ending sound, sorting. Students can write the words that they draw the picture for. So you want enough picture cards that you can pull the ones that you need for whatever skill you're teaching and then put them back and then use them all different sorts of ways. Number 7, you want 2 or 3 generic game boards. And these can either be repurposed from old games like, say, a Candyland game board, or you can just print some and use paper to make some. But keep 2 to 3 generic game boards, different games that students know how to play, and then you swap out the cards or the skill that they're using with that game. And that way, every time students play a game, they don't have to learn a new set of rules. They know the 2 or 3 games that you play, and they know the rules for those games, and it makes it very efficient. Number 8. I would suggest that you get a bag or box of small objects. Just collect these from around your classroom or your house, and put them all together, like things like safety pins or chapstick, just any little thing that you have lying around. And you can use these just like you do picture cards, but they give a little bit of novelty so kids buy in. And they can do things like sort, tell you the beginning sound, draw one out of a bag and tell you the beginning, middle, end sound, or segment the sounds in whatever it is they draw out. They just make they're just numerous things that you could use these for, and they're great to just have handy so you can grab them at any time. Number 9, some type of sorting chart, easel. I love having the desktop version because it's great for small group. So you can put sentence strips in there, you can sort pictures. Oftentimes there's a dry erase board on the other side, which is also really handy if you're sitting at a small group table. Of course, you want these also for whole class instruction. So you want larger versions for whole class. And then last, you want some type of pointer. And teachers often think about that in whole group. So they have a pointer that they use in whole group to draw kids' eyes to where they want them to look. But in small group, it's nice to have a smaller pointer as well, because you're going to be doing a lot of the similar things and you want to draw kids' attention to it. I would also consider having some pointers for your students, maybe just popsicle sticks or those pencils that have like the larger erasers on the top. And you can use those for students to point to their answers or point to text as they're reading. Those are great and handy to have as well. So these are my top 10 recommendations for inexpensive reading manipulatives. To wrap things up today, if you want to reach out, here's my contact information. You can also find Encompassing Education on our website, Facebook, or LinkedIn. We have a whole team that can support your leadership needs, your math needs, your English language arts needs, and your social and emotional learning needs. So we would love to partner with you to tackle anything that you're working on in your school or district. So we would love to hear from you. Thanks and have a wonderful rest of your day.